Hello and blessings to you. People ask me all the time about when the end of the world will come, and it's clearly in the Bible, plain as day. What causes all the stumble is the false rapture theory. So in this video, I'm going to give you the scriptures we are in the last days, right before the world comes to an end. You know the story of Yeshua going and cleaning out the temple of the money changers. This is your Messiah, both physically and spiritually, his blood paying for our debt. So he's cleaning up the bad doctrines, Talmud, from man, giving us good doctrine to follow, the same doctrine our Father gave us. Knowing he is leaving, he tells of his returning, the parable of the fig tree. Now let's start out in Matthew chapter 21 if you want to follow along, and you should, lest you be deceived. Our king in Matthew 21 is cleaning out the temple, throwing out the money changers, and the next morning he returns, but he stops by a fig tree. And having left them, he went out of the city to Bethany and spent the night there. And returning to the city early in the morning, he became hungry. And seeing a single fig tree by the way, he came to it and found no figs on it but leaves, and said to it, "Let no fruit grow on you ever again." And immediately the fig tree withered. This is the light from Genesis 1:3, the tree of life, telling you when he returns, the tree of good and evil will be destroyed along with all the bad figs. Let's turn to Mark 11. We read the same story, only this time it is recorded as Yeshua cursing the tree on his way into the city, which is what he did in the city. And it was the next morning, new day, they find the tree withered away, which is, I believe, to be the correct account. When evening came, he went out of the city, and in the morning, passing by, they saw the fig tree dried up from the roots. Then Peter, remembering, said to him, "Rabbi, look, the fig tree which you cursed has withered." And Yeshua answering said to them, "Have belief in Elohim." Again, this is the fig tree generation being shown. Unless we know and fully understand how Satan and his army comes first, we will kneel to the anti-Messiah. Knowing this, we are found to be in favor, the good servants from Revelation 2:9 and 3:9. And going out, Yeshua went away from the set-apart place, and his taught ones came near to point out to him the buildings of the set-apart place. And Yeshua said to them, "Do you not see all these? Truly I say to you, not one stone shall be left here upon another at all, which shall not be thrown down." And he said on the Mount of Olives, the taught ones came to him separately, saying, "Say to us, when shall this be?" Pay attention here. "And what is the sign of your coming and the end of the age?" And Yeshua answering said to them, "Take heed that no one leads you astray." Remember that old nasty false rapture doctrine? "For many shall come in my name, saying, I am the Messiah, and they shall lead many astray." This is your king showing us the parable of the fig tree. But he goes on to tell them the parable, not knowing they have just been shown by him when he withered the tree. Let's review what our king has said. and learn this parable of the fig tree. Learn it. When its branch has already become tender and puts forth leaves, you know that the summer is near. Yeshua went to the fig tree looking for figs, knowing there would be none on the tree. And he cursed the tree, not because the figs weren't in season, but because he knew they was not in season. So you also, when you see all these, know that he is near at the doors. See what things? Remember where Yeshua is at, Jerusalem. So when we see the out-of-season figs gathering together in Israel, we know the end is near. Revelation 2:9 and 3:9 tells us, unless we know who these bad figs are, we ourselves are not found in favor. Truly I say to you, this generation shall by no means pass away until all this takes place. Uh-oh. So we had the return of our King during this generation of out-of-season figs. That's because Hasatan is going to be the Messiah of these bad figs that aren't even supposed to be there. Okay, friends. Turn to Jeremiah 24. Yahweh showed me, and behold, 2 baskets of figs were set before the temple of Yah. One basket had very good figs, even like the figs that are first ripe. The other basket had very naughty figs, which could not be eaten, they were so bad. Then Yahweh said unto me, What do you see, Jeremiah? And I said, Figs, the good figs, very good, and the evil, very evil, that cannot be eaten, they are so evil. Again, the word of Yahweh came unto me, saying, Yahweh says, The Elohim of Israel, like these good figs, so will I acknowledge them that are carried away captive of Judah. This is the Jews and all their traditions like the Talmud. This is foretelling the coming of our Messiah to remove these bad doctrines from us. For I will set my eyes upon them for good, and I will bring them again to this land, and I will build them, and not pull them down. And I will plant them, pay attention, and not pluck them up. Look, folks, you are not flying away anywhere. If you are a child of the Most High, you will not go to the anti-Messiah when he's sitting there promising you a rapture. And I will give them a heart to know me, that I am Yahweh, and they shall be my people, and I will be their Elohim, for they shall return unto me with their whole heart. And as the evil figs, which cannot be eaten, they are so evil. Surely, says Yahweh, so will I give Zedekiah, the king of Judah, and his prince, and the residue of Jerusalem that remain in this land, and them that dwell in the land of Egypt. And I will deliver them to be removed into all the kingdoms of the earth for their hurt, to be a reproach and a proverb, a taunt and a curse in all places where I shall drive them. And I will send the sword, the famine, and the pestilence among them, till they be consumed from off the land that I gave them and to their fathers. There it is. So we have Israel coming together in 1948 by the will of man. A generation in the Bible is 40, 70, and 120 years. So easy to start the count of the last generation from the time according to the prophet Daniel. When you see the abomination of desolation spoken of by Daniel the prophet stand in the holy place, whosoever readeth, let him understand. So, when you see the abomination of a new temple coming to Israel, and when it's built, that's when the anti-Messiah comes to occupy it. And the adversary will say he is Jesus, and he has come to rapture you away, and he is calling you to him. But we are warned, then let them which be in Judea flee into the mountains. Let him which is on the housetop not come down to take anything out of his house. Neither let him which is in the field return back to take his clothes. And woe to them who are with child, and woe to them that give suck in those days. But pray ye that your flight be not in winter, neither on the Sabbath day, for then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, no, nor ever shall be. These are the words of the true Messiah. The heaven and the earth shall pass away, but my words shall by no means pass away. Look, friends, I am not date setting. I am giving you the watchman warning. We are in the last season. 40 generations have already passed since Israel became a man-made nation. 70-year Jubilee 2018 has just passed. That leaves at the very most 49 more years. But concerning the day and the hour, no one knows, not even the messengers of heaven, but my Father only. Look, that does not mean the end is 50 years away. It only means the end will come within these years left of this generation. Every scholar in history knows the parable of the fig tree is Israel. Our king said to learn it, so you will know who the anti-Messiah is while you wait during the tribulation for the real Messiah to come and destroy the abomination that is in Israel. Okay, I pray this information was valuable to you, and I have served the Most High in making this video. Shalom.